Share in His unending grace, unstinting care and true fellowship at Ctem, Christ the ever-present ministry, a present help in time of need. These are indeed trying times. People are living under excruciating conditions, and governments at all levels are finding it increasingly difficult to meet the needs and aspirations of the populace. From the dwindling resources at their disposal, it is therefore one gory picture of sorrow, tears, pain, and anguish. But even in these trying times, because the Lord has promised not to leave or forsake His children, He has commissioned Christ the ever-present ministry Ctem to wipe tears from these people, to put smiles back on their faces, give them hope, even in seemingly hopeless situations, through the practical expression of His character, which is love. A faith-based organization, Ctem is solidly founded on the principles and tenets of Christianity, based on the teachings of Jesus Christ about being one's neighbor. At Ctem, therefore, the overall objective is to extend help to those who are not as fortunate or privileged, to show love to the rejected, the abandoned and destitute, those often referred to as the wretched of the earth. Perhaps, informed by the words of the late Mother Teresa, that being unwanted, unloved, uncared for, forgotten by everybody, is a much more greater poverty than the person who has nothing to eat. Ctem consequently seeks to help them in practical ways, to show them unstinting love and care, in a world that has become immune to compassion, in a world that regards itself in survival of the fittest. Indeed, Ctem tries to show that no matter how dark or bleak the situation, there is always a present and willing help, to take them out of the morass of shame and hopelessness into His marvelous light, that no matter how dark the clouds, there is bound to be a silver lining. That though weeping endures for a night, joy is sure to come in the morning, that it is not over until they win. And this we do through love, unstinting, incomparable love. In the beginning, the book of Genesis tells us a very profound truth, that in the beginning the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the story of the beginning of Ctem is akin to creation's story. Chaos, storms, tempests, upheavals, cataclysms, and total vandalism.
I was fully into business before I answered the call of God for my life into ministry in the year 2000. I was just a normal church-going Christian, worker in the church. I had my own sort of intimate relationship with the Lord. But answering this call came to me as a shock, and it was not really easy for me answering this call, especially the foundational call of Ctem. I didn't understand the way the Lord wanted me to start the ministry. When God began to prompt me concerning this vision, and I had to go through a lot of processes before I could answer the call. I went through a lot of prophetic encounters with the Lord. And by the time I actually accepted the reality that the Lord was leading me into ministry, I did not understand how He wanted me to start. I said, oh well, Lord, okay, you want me to start a ministry. I thought He wanted me to start with beautiful, normal people. But we all understand visions. Visions are like babies that are born. That's how a vision is in the hands of a visionary. But when I began to have an understanding that God wanted me to start in the beginning, when I mean in the beginning, I mean in the beginning, He wanted me to go out there on the street, do major evangelism. I started with going out to the lost, to the abandoned, to the homeless, the prostitutes, the drug addicts, people that are been rejected in the society, that people like you and I might not normally want to associate with. I started at that level. But initially, before I submitted to that level, I would not want to say it was easy. There was a lot of struggle between the Lord and I, but I finally submitted to that level. And to tell you the truth, it was the greatest thing for me to submit to God, to move at the level that He wanted me to move with in ministry at that point.
Indeed, the beginning was demanding, the task quite challenging. But to God be the glory. 7 years on, and Ctem has continued to forge ahead, growing in leaps and bounds, from strength to strength, and from glory to glory. Most times, the world has thought that poverty is only being hungry, naked, and homeless. But this is an erroneous thought, because there is yet a greater poverty, that of being unwanted, unloved, and uncared for. It is therefore time that people start to remedy this kind of poverty. Based on this, therefore, the good Lord commissioned Ctem, mandating her to reveal the love of Christ to a hurting world, to heal the world of hatred, fear, want, lack, sicknesses, reproach, resentment, desperation, and retrogression, to reach out to those who have been marginalized by both family and society, to heal the world, reach the unsaved, the rejected, oppressed, destitute, broken-hearted, despondent, all those in one form of desperate need or the other. And the vision is to reveal through practical and spiritual means the love of Christ to the lost in our generation.
The vision of Ctem was something I understood gradually as I began to take a walk in faith with God in the ministry. I began to understand that He wanted me to minister to the lowly, the reject, the abandoned, to reveal the love of Christ to them in practical, not just spiritual ways, in practical ways. Because to go to someone that has been abandoned, with no roof over their heads, that people that have not had food to eat for days, and just go to them directly and say, Jesus Christ loves you. I'm sure the first thing they will do by looking at you, and they will begin to wonder, where is Jesus Christ in their situation? So the vision of Ctem really is revealing the love of Jesus Christ in very practical ways. Even before you start talking about Jesus Christ, the person begins to see Jesus through your actions of love, in the way you approach them, in the way you come down to their level, in the way you respond almost immediately to their urgent needs, life-threatening needs. We go out on the streets, we go to under the bridges, night vigils out under the bridges, out on the streets, hand robbery then, drug addicts then, where prostitutes reside, just go to people that you and I really don't want to associate with, and just begin to show them the love of Christ. We are talking about touching lives practically. And now, through these actions, talking about Jesus Christ becomes real to this sort of people. Before you even begin to talk about Jesus Christ, they see it in your action. They see it in the way you respond to them. They see it in the way you talk to them. They see it in the way you relate to them, the way you come down to their level, the way that you do not despise them or look down at them. Then Christ in that way becomes real to the sort of people we are talking about.
Without any doubt whatsoever, nothing good ever comes easy, and Ctem is no exception. From very difficult beginnings, Ctem has gone through quite exerting, though rewarding experiences, a ministry birthed by the growing need to meet the needs of the very dregs of society could not but go to the very den of these people. Over time, Ctem organized crusades, prayer meetings as well as vigils. Under Ikeja Bridge was the prayer point, motor parks, open squares, abandoned buildings and other public places, ministering to all these people, drug addicts, armed robbers, agberos, delinquents, prostitutes, area boys and other social misfits. The going was indeed rough, at most times treacherous, but there was no way the plow could be abandoned midway.
I must confess, in the first couple of years of Ctem, it was not a bed of roses. It was not easy. We had a lot of challenges. A lot of people didn't understand the sort of ministry we were running. This sort of ministry as of that time was not too popular, as against the norm. Everybody wants to be a shepherd or a pastor to beautiful people, hanging around them in their churches with beautiful cars, wanting to relate to the high and mighty in the society. That's okay. We all want to be around beautiful people. So it was very difficult trying to convince people that this is the sort of calling I have. And as of that time, I just had to be an altar of sacrifice in the foundational stages of Ctem. I had to lay my life on the line. I had to put everything that I believe and everything that I trust in, lay it down to make sure that the purpose of this vision is established, because a lot of people didn't understand why I want to be out there with the sort of people I had to be out there with. Sometimes I have to tell you the truth, we will not have any form of support. I have to take food from my own home, share my family food, share it into two, take it out there and share with these people out there on the street. My office was out there on the street for 4 years under the bridges. I didn't have an office. If people have to see me or I have to attend or do any counseling, each time we're out there, I have to tell them where I am at any time, where they have to meet us. We'll be at this location or we'll be at that location. We'll carry our chairs, I carry my table. I meet people out there on the street, counsel them. That was how the beginning was.
Of a truth, the same God who commissioned this great work has always been quick to encourage and sustain his work. Ctem in the first instance was commissioned purely as an evangelistic ministry, going from place to place in order to meet the needs of the people, and today Ctem is a testimony. And when God is behind a vision, that vision cannot die, but we surely speak that though the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and it shall not lie. That though it tarries, we are enjoined to wait for it, because it will surely come. Indeed, Ctem speaks boldly today. Yes, the many works and mind-blowing testimonies of the lives that have been touched for Christ, both practically and spiritually, are evidenced in that regard. Success has brought more challenges and attendant responsibilities. Ctem today has grown to encompass all the spheres. Like the popular parable of Jesus, Ctem today is likened, if not synonymous, with a mustard seed, which when sown is the least of all seeds, but when it grows up, becomes the greatest of all herbs, so much so that it provides haven and refuge for all kinds of birds of the air. Ctem also undertakes an apostolic prophetic move, as well as a thriving healing ministry. Today Ctem has impacted the body of Christ, both within and without the shores of this country, through highly imparting and spiritually ennobling conferences, seminars, workshops, prayer meetings and retreats. And not content with purely spiritual issues, Ctem, in a bid to evolve an egalitarian, just and equitable society, birthed a sister organization, Partnership for a New Nigeria, PFANN, geared towards conscientizing the body of Christ, particularly the leadership of churches, on the need to take more than a passing interest in the socio-political dispensation of Nigeria.
You know, when you are out there on the street, you are ministering to the miscreants, you are ministering to destitutes, you are ministering to the dregs of the society, the area boys. You can't go out there and begin to sing holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. They won't understand what you're saying. So we have to come to their level. We have to use wisdom to appeal to them in the language they understand. God has been so gracious to us in Ctem. He has blessed us with many ministry partners with different giftings. God has sent so many people with wonderful giftings in music, drama, different ways that we reach out to this sort of people. We have a drama department, we have a music department. The music department, we play gospel akpana, gospel fuji, gospel reggae, whatsoever appeals to this sort of group of people when we are out there doing our thing. We have a wonderful drama group that once we are out there on the street, even before saying anything, the drama goes in action. I mean, they come out with all sorts of costumes, sometimes with fire on their hair, so many things to just attract people in the environment to say, what is happening? Before you know, they begin to gather. God has given us so much wisdom in going about and reaching this sort of people that God has sent us to in Ctem. From day to day, people just come in and we just give them, meet their needs, both physically and spiritually, preaching and revealing the love of Christ to them. Sometimes we have our ministry partners that are doctors coming to check some of them that needs Medicaid and things like that. We have some of the people, some of these miscreants and area boys that we took off the street. They've been in some sort of problems or the other. We have our ministry lawyers that have gone out to bail some of them with the police, sorting out so many issues, and some of them have reconciled with their families. We've done what we can do, and that is where the vision of EVANG was batted, because I believe God sent me to start Ctem at this level, to be involved with the affairs of the community and the nation.
All in all, there is no denying the fact that the Ctem tree has grown with different branches and yielding bountifully, and with each succeeding day, a new sphere of influence or responsibility is carved out, though still linked with the original vision or mandate, which is to reveal the love of Christ to a hurting world, and this Ctem has continued to do, through an expression of his love, his unstinting, incomparable love. Ctem in so short a time has touched many lives, and people cannot help but acknowledge that which God has done. Others have expressed appreciation by doling out awards to the Ctem family. 7 years in the life of a ministry seems like yesterday, and to think that Ctem has achieved this much in so short a time, one wonders what the next 7 years would look like.
I have to respond to the various awards that has been given to me on behalf of the work done by Ctem over the years. It's amazing how people observe or notice or are aware of what we do as ministers of God. I was just sincerely doing the assignment that God had committed into my hands, but began to receive various letters in the office about how the work we've been doing in Ctem has been affecting the community and even the nation at large. And we've received, on behalf of Ctem, I've received several awards that has been giving us credit and appreciating us for the work that we have been doing in Ctem. That was even amazing. Some Christian bodies and some Christian organizations and some churches went out part of their ways to present awards to us, to honor me and the work that God has been doing through me in Ctem. And that was, to me, that was a great honor and a great privilege. We are trusting God for various future projects in Ctem. For instance, I'm believing God for us to set up different welfare stations in different communities in the society, especially in our immediate environment. We are trusting God for a proper rehabilitation center. Right now we don't have one because of the sort of people we minister to. We just rent temporary accommodation, empower them for a season, provide for their needs, and release them thereafter. And we are believing God for a proper rehabilitation center, and we are going to be doing various community service in our immediate environment, and so many other issues to have solid ministry partners to support our various projects. You know, our partners from all over the world. Those are the future projects and future plans that we are trusting God for concerning Ctem.
The late Mother Teresa was once quoted as saying, "At the end of our lives, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have received, how much money we have made, or how many great things we have done. We will be judged by, I was hungry, and you gave me to eat. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was homeless, and you took me in. So, how many people have you touched? How many people have you brought joy to? How many lives have you changed for good? Remember that the greatest investment ever is not shares or bonds or stocks, but human investment." Join hands with Ctem today. Let's make this world a better place. Of course, you may feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean will be less because of that missing drop, and assuredly so.